Too bad.
Guns in America.
Listen, it's official. Beto O'Rourke is the official salesman of the year. In just one day, he's managed to boost AR-15 sales like crazy, like no other salesman could.
We knew it.
We knew he would.
Yes.
And he actually doubled down over the weekend. Beto again says he believes that gun owners in Texas will turn in their AR-15s if they become illegal, and cops won't have to go door to door. He says, I believe that America will comply with the law. We expect people to follow the law, and that's certainly what I believe will happen. I just don't think he believes he wants everybody to follow law in all circumstances, especially when they're crossing the border illegally.
Well, you know.
Well, here's Beto on guns.
Texans who own AR-15s, they've told me this themselves. I don't need this. I don't need it to hunt. I don't need it to protect myself. It was fun to use. I like taking it out to the range. But if giving this back or cutting it to pieces or selling it to the government helps to keep us safer, then by all means, let's do it, because they'll tell me I have kids in school as well, and they ask me whether it's a matter of when or if a killer is going to come into their school and take the lives of their fellow students or take their kids' lives. So, look, we're either going to let the NRA set the terms of this debate. We're going to either allow Briscoe Cain to set the terms of this debate, or we will allow the American people, including March for Our Lives, which has come out with an incredibly ambitious proposal to bring peace to this country and do something about the 40,000 gun deaths that we see every single year. That's who we should be listening to right now. That's who I'm listening to, as well as people all across this country who want to see us actually do something about gun violence.
Boring. All right, there's Beto O'Rourke. Now, listen, in the world of guns, in a Sunday phone call, congressional Democrats, they talked with the president about possible new gun control measures to be announced this week.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said they told the president Sunday any proposal he supports on gun control must include the House measure strengthening background checks. On ABC's This Week, Texas GOP Senator Ted Cruz said simply expanding the checks falls short.
Proposals they're putting forward would not have stopped a single one of these mass murders.
Cruz says addressing mental health and keeping felons and fugitives from having access to guns should be included. President Trump says he may announce this week what gun control measures he may support. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Now, Republican Senator Rand Paul, he endorsed Guns and God Appreciation Day this past Saturday, September the 14th. Yeah, the nationwide event called for protection of the Second Amendment in light of the recent mass shootings. And on CNN's State of the Union, Paul says the legal system is not hard enough on felons who attempt to buy guns. Here he is.
12,000 felons tried to buy a gun with the last statistics, and they were caught, and they didn't get a gun, but we didn't prosecute them. It is a felony for a felon to try to buy a gun, and if we know they're trying to buy guns, you know, I think we prosecuted 12 out of 12,000.
He's got a good point there. If you're going to prosecute the law, prosecute the law.
We should look at each of these killings and say what went wrong. And I think the consistent theme here is typically, not always, but white teenage boys in their middle teenage years to early 20s. But the other consistency that we're seeing in all these shootings, almost every one of them is sending off signals. Many of them are committing crimes that we slough off and we are not prosecuting.
There you go. That's Senator Rand Paul over the weekend. Now, gun reform, as you know, is a top issue for Congress since coming back from their summer recess. It is 5:54. Stay with us. We got the Rush Update coming up at